Hey guys, Pup C here, and it has been quite an eventful week of vegan news. So I'll get right to it. At the start of the week, there was a post I had made, and by the way, everything I'm talking about today is referring to posts I've done on BlueSky. So I link it to usually their peer-reviewed research or just headlines in societal news, but all the links to these articles I'm referencing are off of my BlueSky account, which is Pup C BlueSky. So anyways, the first post talked about a study that analyzed data from over 200,000 people that were followed for more than 30 years. So kind of a big deal, kind of a massive study. And what they found that there was a 17% lower risk of death when those participants in the study swapped out butter and used plant-based oils instead in their daily diet. Kind of exciting, okay? And right off the bat, you might be thinking, like, everyone dies. Like, what do you mean 17% lower risk of death? Like, that's crazy. It's not like they're going to live forever. Of course not. But it's during that 30-year period, right? So anyways, all the details are in this article, but that was an extremely hot button piece that got released, and it was talked about pretty much all week throughout other articles I saw pop up afterwards. Moving right along, we'll talk about some vegan meat industry news. It's predicted that the vegan meat industry is going to double its value in 6 years, which is crazy. So think about plant-based bolognas and hot dogs and burgers and anything under the sun that you would consider vegan meat, right? Back in 2024, just last year, that whole market was valued at $9.5 billion. But in 6 years from now, 2030, well, now it's only 5 years away, that value is going to jump up and become $21.8 billion. So that plant-based meat market is not slowing down, baby. Like, the vegan meats are here to stay. They're here to grow. Very exciting. Also, Easter's coming up, and with that in mind, I saw an article just showcasing all these really exciting Easter vegan chocolates. So that's really fun. For some reason, I've always liked Easter. It's like a big chocolate season for me. When I was really little, C's Candies has all kinds of like these amazing little decorative Easter chocolates. It was my favorite holiday just for that. But now I don't go to C's. I don't think they really do vegan chocolate. But there's so many other companies that do. And for Easter, I just saw all kinds of cute chocolate bunnies and eggs and all these cute little truffles and things like that. So lots of options for Easter. Now, something I never heard about before ever until this week was a vegan fashion week. Okay, that's a thing. I've heard of like Paris Fashion Week, things like that in mainstream movies, but vegan fashion week? I didn't even know that was a thing. So apparently it happened March 11th in Los Angeles, California. Very exciting. Love to see it. And then in other news, we have a little tidbit about animal-free dairy. So a company called New Culture, they secured more than $5 million in early demand for their mozzarella. So this is demand from pizza chefs and restaurant operators all across the United States. They're crazy about this New Culture brand vegan dairy. So that is exciting. I expect to see plenty more vegan pizzas and lasagnas and all kinds of vegan cheesy things on menus across the country. There was an article about tempeh, which may not seem super exciting, but it was such a cute article. It was talking about this one brand named, I think it's Tiba. It's Tiba, Tiba, but I'll say Tiba Tempeh. They had over $1 million in funding secured, or actually it's euro, so I'm not sure how that translates, but the precise amount they secured was 1.1 million euro, or English pound. Gosh, I guess since Brexit, they went back to the British pound, so they're not doing euros there anymore, are they? I should be really specific when I talk about financing. So to get even more specific, I'll say 1.1 million English or British pound. So that's the amount of funding that they got because they had a 736% surge in retail sales. Okay. That is crazy. That's what got me most excited. I'm like, this little tempeh brand, it just grew 736%. That's nuts. I mean, when I read into the article, they did start to get big retail accounts to carry them, like mainstream grocery stores. They're expanding into different countries like France and Spain. So that makes a hell of a lot of sense why their growth is crazy. But I'm still so excited for them. Heck yes. They have all kinds of flavors too of their tempeh. Normally when I think of tempeh, I think of like a vegan bacon slice, you know, they'll use tempeh. It's kind of old school. Tempeh is hearty, but that's what I think of. However, they have like sweet chili and like a mince that they'll do. So all kinds of different things that they're playing around with tempeh. But good for them. Tiba tempeh or Taiba tempeh or however you say your brand name. I'm so sorry. I'm butchering it. I was still proud of you guys. I'm happy for you. Over 700% growth. I mean, that is just remarkable. Like, you don't hear about that kind of growth every day. So anyways, another big growth article. Okay, Just Egg, that vegan egg brand, they launched a campaign. It's called Bird Flu Bailout. So because of bird flu, right, you know, we have all this egg crisis. Like, none of the stores carry eggs anymore. Oh, eggs are so expensive if you can find them. Oh, so the name of their campaign, Bird Flu Bailout. And they have over 50 independent New York bodegas participating in this campaign. And they're selling vegan breakfast sandwiches, of course, using Just Egg product. So for Just Egg, that vegan egg, sales are surging, reportedly growing 5 times faster than chicken eggs. I don't know if you can hear my snaps, but I'm snapping for you. So 90% of the buyers are not vegan. Heck yes. Now talk about making an impact in the world. Heck yes. And then speaking of impacts, Veganuary from 2025, this year, they just released their campaign results. So they kind of listed everyone who participated. It looks like there was over 200 organizations around the world that participated in Veganuary. The people who registered for it was over 25 million, okay? There was like over 12,000 media stories promoting it. They sent out over 12 million coaching emails for veganism in Veganuary. It's crazy. New followers around the world was like 1.3 million of new followers, over 1,400 new products and menu items for Veganuary. So it's getting bigger every year, guys. And then I mentioned it before, but China even had their own. In fact, it's going on right now. It's like for March. It was called, what was it? V March, I think. For a vegan march. I think that's what it was called. But anyways, how exciting that China's getting on board too, having their own little Veganuary in March. Heck yes. What else has been going on, guys? So there is a company called BeLeaf, and it's spelled B-E-Leaf. So B-E-L-E-A-F, BeLeaf. Sorry, I know I'm boring because I spell things out, but sometimes I'm like, oh man, if anyone's actually looking this up, number one, you can always go check out the actual post I made on my BlueSky account, or let me just spell out the names of these things if you're curious and you're on the go and you're like, what is BeLeaf? So BeLeaf is a company that has just a whole new variety of vegan proteins that were released, and there were so many that I had to post about them. The types of things that they're releasing is breaded and non-breaded shrimp for shrimp lovers. That's a tough one. I feel like seafood you can really mess up if it's vegan, but I hear good things about it, so heck yeah. Shelf-stable beef slices. That's interesting. It reminds me of like war times when you need shelf-stable things like Spam in a can, but they made their own little vegan beef slices. Okay, go you guys. They have salmon, tuna, bacon, mini drumsticks. It was just quite a variety. So I'm like, wow, BeLeaf is really, really going for it in the protein game. Hell yeah. What else? Oh, there was an article on how to make your own dairy-free butter from scratch. So this is how you make your own vegan butter. I posted the recipe on that. Also, I heard there was a group of Olympians and other like top athletes that were putting together an open letter and signing it, asking for the Los Angeles Olympic Games in 2028 to make sure that they were plant-based. They want 100% plant-based. It only makes sense. I can think of a million reasons why, but Los Angeles, California, they're kind of a leader in being environmentally conscious. It's healthier for the players to eat vegan. I mean, I could just boom, think of a bunch of reasons why this is a great idea, but there's a whole article describing them putting together this letter, and I'm really happy to see it. Celebrities, stars, people higher up that have a large audience, they always make such a big impact. I mean, just today I heard about, who was it, Paul McCartney? I'm gonna kill that. I think, is that his name, Paul McCartney? I'll get to it later. He was one of the Beatles, but he encouraged Peet's Coffee to remove their surcharge on vegan milks. And like PETA had been pushing this a while, right? But he wrote that letter, baby, and days afterwards, Peet's Coffee's like, okay, Paul, okay, we respect you, and the Beatles will listen to you. And they're like, okay, we're going to drop the surcharge. Like, that's crazy. Just celebrities, for better or worse, they make a big impact. So their voice, it counts for like so many of us little people's voices. And it's just really encouraging when they do promote veganism. That's my tangent about that. On to something very interesting. Have you ever heard of 2D printed milk? I'm like, excuse me, what? So this is for vegan milk specifically. It's called 2D printed vegan milk. Apparently, it's printed into quick dissolving sheets. They're like discs or pads, and they make it from oat, from almond, soy, any kind of like vegan base ingredient. So the company says you can mix it in like standard blender for smoothies, drop it directly into like coffee and tea instead of like a traditional creamer. But I just thought, wow, that's so futuristic sounding, like 2D printed milk. Hell yeah. It's so interesting. I think they sell it in these little paper pouches too, so it's probably very easy to carry. It seems shelf stable. That'll be a cool product to see in like mainstream markets for sure. I did hear too, speaking of vegan milks, that Oatly was planning to give away 20,000 free oat milk coffees across the UK. The only problem is they didn't say where. They're like, yeah, throughout March and April, we're going to tour these cities. And they listed them like Bristol and Edinburgh and Glasgow, But they didn't say like what days, what times, exactly where. So I'm not able to like direct anyone to get their free cup of Oatly creamed coffee, but it's out there, so good for them, giving out them free coffees. Some cheerful news in the animal rights world is that the fur industry is dying. Heck yeah. Like, the rates that production has dropped is so crazy. So there was a 40% drop in global fur production in just the past 1 year. So not recently. It was all of these stats. I don't think that they're able to keep up with like 2 days date. It's usually like a year or two back, and then they review the data. So like the year drop was 2022 to 2023, but it was a 40% drop, okay, in global fur production that year. And then overall in the past decade, there's been an 85% drop in fur production. That's massive and excellent. In the EU, so European Union, there was a 50% drop in mink fur production in only a 2-year period from 2020 to 2022. So that's awesome. And then one other fun fact is from 2017 till now, less than half of US mink fur farms remain. So yes, it's a bummer that some still exist, but heck yeah, more than half of them are gone, baby, gone. Because we don't need that fur. No, thank you. No, ma'am. Moving right along, you'll probably see if you check out my BlueSky account, I do post a lot of recipes. So there was one about Caribbean foods. Oh my gosh, so many recipes, like jackfruit fritters, and there was a Jamaican curry recipe and jerk tofu wrapped in collard leaves. So very interesting dishes that you can make here. And then I did see another study that says, this was fabulous, because I always hear people bitching about about vegan products and, oh, it's so processed, blah, blah, blah. Even though the people who say that for sure are eating junk food themselves, it's just not vegan. But anyways, that's my own side rant. Oh, this new study concluded that eating plant-based foods instead of animal products can lead to significant weight loss regardless of how processed the foods are. Okay, so it don't even matter if you're comparing like this meaty food to a highly processed vegan food. You're still gonna lose weight, baby, eating that vegan food. Heck yeah. And another study linked plant-based diets to slower biological aging, which I've seen a few of those over the past few months. So heck yeah. Those studies I will always post about, because I still hear too many people saying the opposite false information out there. So of course veggies win. Veggies are super healthy. Don't be scared of them veggie foods. Like, come on now. Come on. And of course, if you can eat like simple ingredients, just the absolute like base veggies themselves, of course, that's always the best choice. But if you want to like have fun with your food, or if you're used to a burger life and you're like, I'm a cheeseburger kind of dude, I mean, you can still have cheeseburger. In fact, there's very realistic cheeseburgers out there that are vegan. So anyways, just expand your awareness about that. Something international that was kind of fun. So in Korea, if you ever visit South Korea, right, a lot of people, they stick to the big city, Seoul. I mean, there's so much to do there, so exciting. But there was an area called Gangwon, and it was trying to attract tourism. It's known for their agriculture in the first place, but they're trying to get more tourism there by promoting veganism. Oh my gosh, so cute. They're trying to highlight vegan food, vegan fashion, vegan beauty products, education on veganism, and then they're going to do other activities too, like, hey, come and do this like vegan tour package. It includes yoga, things like that. So I'm all, what a fabulous idea. I'm so excited for Gangwon. I feel like if I go to Korea, which I definitely will, but like, it's something I never would have considered like doing, is visiting that area, and now it's on my radar. So I'm sure for other people too, it'll be a place that they'll want to stop 100%. There was a recipe I saw for apparently the best ever vegan ice cream. I posted that up. I think the secret was they were using, well, I won't give it away. It's like a free recipe. I love that. There's so many recipes now that are all online for free. If you're ever curious about how to make something vegan, there's probably like 100 recipes you can find on YouTube, on Google. It's out there. And then another bit of international news. In India, they had just started creating their first ever emergency animal evacuation shelter. How fantastic. So in case of disasters like floods or landslides, you know, you try to rescue the people, of course, but it's like, what happens to all the animals? I'm sure other people have thought this, like, oh my God, there's like, I don't know, like sheep and cows, and like, what's going on with them? Cats, dogs, whatever. Like, what happens to those guys? Because you don't see them often. Sometimes you do. There'll be like a dog someone's carrying, but like, you don't often see the animals being rescued on boats the same way as humans, right? So anyways, this is a shelter that'll house like 150 animals. It'll include a veterinary care facility. It sounds fantastic, and it's something that I think they're going to plan to do throughout the country of India. They just started setting up their first one, so happy to see it. I would love to see this global. It seems like a really great idea. And then just today, I'm going to end it on some news from today that I had posted. One was straight up a shout out to a place locally to me in Oahu that I just discovered, Juicy Brew. This place is so bomb. I honestly am trying to just eat raw vegan life, but there are times when something will get me and I'm like, okay, I have to try that. And my husband's like, we gotta go to this place, Juicy Brew. And I'm like, okay. So we go, and on their menu, this is what got me. They had a pupusa. It was called like something like big pupusa. just like big pupusa. And I'm from like the LA area, so there's always street vendors selling pupusas. They'll have them with cheese, they'll have some with beans. I would just get like plain like bean pupusa, you know, and then You would put like, pickled veggie on top and stuff like that. So when I saw this big pupusa at this vegan cafe, I'm like, okay, you got me. I need to eat this. I need to try and experience this. How exciting. Because I haven't seen anything like it before on the island. So I got it. And then my husband got this like chicken bao, and I had to have a bite, and it was freaking amazing. Of course, it was a vegan chicken bao. This whole restaurant is vegan. So if you're in Oahu or visiting, make sure to stop at Juicy Brew. It is amazing. I saw they had a little video of the chef, and she uses all these local ingredients. Just amazing. There's like so many dishes that it's chef's kiss. And I see her make it in the kitchen. Anyways, I can't speak highly enough about this place. It's like fresh, unique, delicious, all the good things. So shout out to my local vegan cafe. There's quite a few vegan places, but anyways, that's the one I'll highlight today because that was just knocking my socks off. And what else? Oh, I saw an article about sprouting. So there was an article kind of walking me through how to start sprouting. Sprouts are so healthy, y'all. They're a good source of B vitamins. They have lots of minerals and protein and antioxidants, just all the good things, and they taste lovely. I think they elevate any dish that you're making, whether it's like an avocado sandwich or just a salad, whatever. You add some sprouts, it's chef's kiss. Wonderful. So I also posted my favorite sprouter. Some people go really hard into it, and they'll just have like a whole cabinet full of these, or a whole little closet full of sprouter trays. That is awesome. I don't have a lot of space in my place, so I just do it for funsies, and I have this cute little sprouty jar. It's like a glass one that hangs, and it's so pretty, and I love making broccoli sprouts in there. So you just take broccoli seeds for sprouting and put it in there. It's so easy to make. You just soak them and then turn it over, let the water drip out, and it grows these sprouts. But anyways, I'll post it up on BlueSky. And then I also posted a great article on green beans, how healthy they are, recipes for them. My goodness, green beans are fantastic. It's so cheesy to post about an article about a vegetable, but I do love green bean, and I'm like, oh gosh, if you hadn't had too many green beans, there's so many recipes that you can work with, and it's just so easy. Dip it in hummus if you want, but Szechuan style also is amazing. So that is one of the recipes, and it's so good. Oh my gosh, they also had one for carrot jicama lumpia that I guess they put green beans in. Can you believe when I was in high school, man, all the kids, not all of them, but so many kids, their grandmas and stuff would make lumpia and bring it to school for potlucks and stuff. I'm like, oh wow. And so to see vegan lumpia is just very, very exciting for me. I also posted an article from the Food Facts website. So Food Facts was that kick butt website that just got posted. I think their first post was just a month ago, and it was to combat all the misinformation about health and nutrition and veganism that's out there in social media, right? And so apparently recently some Instagram influencer person had done a shopping haul and was trying to spread awareness about the benefits of a low vitamin A diet. I'm like, excuse me? Why are you encouraging a low vitamin diet? Specifically, I think low vitamin A, but whatever. It's why? Why would you want to do that? So this article it confronts that madness. It has a lot of great science-backed information on why that is silly. So anyways, sometimes I cannot believe what I hear out in the media landscape. And then moving right along, there was a vegan bag giveaway contest. So I posted info on that. It's done by Pixie Mood. I literally have never heard of this company before, but I looked them up, and it seems like it's just a vegan online store, and they're just dedicated to only working with vegan products. And so they sell all kinds of vegan stuff, vegan bags, blah, blah, blah. And they're giving away a nice little vegan bag. I don't know if it's it's not a tote bag. I'm sure it's some kind of purse. I don't know what style purse, but you can see if you'll win it, which is nice because you just have to enter. You don't have to buy anything to enter. So that's cool. And good job to Pixie Mood marketing themselves, because this literally put them on the map for me. Like, I never heard of them before. Not talking smack, just like, it's hard to stand out as an online retailer if you're like a newer or smaller business. So anyways, I thought that's cool of them. Good job. There was an article from Chowhound about, it had the big picture of a Pizza Hut box on it, and it said how to order Pizza Hut breadsticks that are vegan friendly. And I was skimming through this article like, I'm not going to post this, it's so boring. Basically, it's just telling you, yeah, you can order breadsticks from Pizza Hut and tell them, please don't put Parmesan cheese on it. And then boom, it's a vegan pizza stick, right? Or a vegan breadstick. And I'm like, that's really not exciting information. And they're like, guess what else? Papa John's breadsticks are vegan. I'm like, yo, I've had those before. They're dry as hell. But I think like their garlic dipping sauce, that's just soy based. So that's vegan. Yay. All of this, again, not interesting until I saw in this article that Olive Garden breadsticks are vegan. Hold the phones. I did not know that. Olive Garden breadsticks are vegan? Excuse me? Now this article is worth posting in my mind. I'm like, I don't think a lot of people know that, because it seems very buttery and cheesy. It does. It seems like it's dipped in butter, sprinkled in parm. That's what it looks like, right? So anyways, that was really cool information. And I'm like, okay, I gotta share. I gotta share this. So y'all, go ahead, get those breadsticks at Olive Garden, okay? If you're trying to be healthy, maybe not. But if you're living wild and ready to party, then there you go. Okay, a couple more things. There was so much news today specifically that I saw pop up. There's a 2025 British Pie Award, and there's a vegan pasty that won. Now, in America, I don't think I've ever seen pasties. The only reason I've heard of this thing called pasty is because I watch, what is that show? Great British Baking Show, or as they call it in the UK, Bake Off. So sometimes I watch that for fun because it seems like it's not a vegan show, although they did have one vegan member once, and sometimes they make vegan dishes or vegan bakes. But I watch it because it's so innocent, and like, it's a competition that's not competitive. Everyone's so loving and supportive of each other, so I treasure those vibes very much. And that's the only reason I've ever heard of a pasty. Okay, and I think you call it pasty. It looks like pasty. Pasty? If I say pasty, I think of spaghetti pasta. But anyways, this British Pie Award, I think it's just open to all British pies of all different kinds. But this year, guess who won? A vegan pasty? It was like a cauliflower onion, and then I will butcher the full name of it, but it was a vegan little baked dish. It looks, I posted the article. I want to stop butchering the names of things, but check it out. It's from the Fat Pasty Company, or the Fat Pasty Company. How do you say this? I apologize if I just butcher the names of so many things. That's okay. All right, well, I'll end it on this. Monday is going to be St. Patrick's Day, so I saw this cool little vegan recipe for Irish soda bread. Posted that up, and I hope y'all have a fabulous St. Patrick's Day. Get a little luck of the Irish, even if you're not Irish. I think it's just okay to spread the good luck vibes. And until next time, bye, guys.